Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. I hope you're all doing well. Pisces, this is going to be your monthly money and finances forecast. So Pisces, without further ado, let's move on to your reading and see what's happening for you. Pisces, you have two energies that came out that represents the overall energy and theme and focus that you're having about your money and finances. Now, these energies can be for two groups of Pisces, or these energies could be what you are experiencing for what all Pisces are experiencing. Okay. Whew, that was hard to get out. You might be experiencing that too, Pisces, where something is hard to get out, something is hard to speak about, something is hard to think about, to deal with. But nonetheless, the first that came out is you have Shanghai, fragmented. Yeah. So with this energy here, Pisces, now this is either something that has happened to you and you're coming out of it, or this is something that you are experiencing or you're going to be finding yourself coming into. You'll know what side of this that you're on, of what resonates. Okay, so with fragmented here, as it has to do with your money and finances, you may have found yourself feeling all broken up about your money and finances because your money and finances may have fell apart. You may have experienced the worst that you could experience, or that you believed you could have experienced concerning your money and devastation. Being fragmented, this could just simply be that you've been having a lot of uncertainty or having a hard time keeping it together, starting to feel like you're coming undone because you might be dealing with a lot of strain and turmoil, and you may be having issues with being able to carry on and pick up the pieces here. You may be having issues with how to conquer what's going on with your money and finances, but you're still trying to figure out, or you're at the point where you no longer are where you feel like you can remain standing or still standing. Now, if this isn't where you are, then this is what you're coming out of, where when you were once fragmented in these ways, where things are falling apart, or you felt like things were falling apart, or they, or you were falling apart about your money and experiencing turmoil. Now you're coming out of being fragmented because you are still standing and you are focused on healing the situation, and you are finding a way to conquer this and pick up the pieces, or you're starting to pick up the pieces here. But this energy is here to say that no matter what side you are on about this, Pisces, do know that a situation pertaining to around your money or about your money, a situation in particular, will be healed. Okay, it will be healed. Just know that. Okay, because you've been out of sorts, or you're no longer out of sorts here. Now, the other energy coming through about your focus and theme about how you're handling with your money and finances here, Pisces, is you do have footprints, direction. Okay, the first thing that I want you to know about this is that no matter what it looks like or what it feels like, you are being divinely guided. Okay, you are being divinely guided, whether you like this or like it or not. Okay, but with this here direction, again, Pisces, this is either something that you are coming out of, that you've gone through, or this is something you're going through that you're going to have to see your way through and out from. And so with direction here, you may be experiencing issues and challenges because you don't know which way to go. You don't know how to go about doing what needs to be done regarding your money and finances, or a particular situation concerning your money and finances here. And so there may be issues with being able to manage things, being able to keep things under control or get it under control. You may be having issues about, taking the lead or having leadership here in this situation. You may be having trouble finding the right angle, or, what is the direction you need to take here. You may be having trouble finding a new outlook, seeing a new perspective. You may be having some issues with the ability to find a way to reorientate yourself, because there may be issues about your ability to discover the path to take or the thing to do. Now, if this isn't where you are, this is what you're coming out from, where now you have a sense of direction. Now you're able to manage. Now you're able to control or be a leader or take control, or you're able to discover another angle or perspective, or you gain a new outlook or new passion, desire, inspiration. This is you reorientating yourself, because what you see is, despite what's been going on or how bad things could have been or have been, you are still standing. This is also saying, for whatever you're dealing with or have gone through, that you are either at the point where the worst is behind you now, or if you just keep standing strong and remain standing and focusing on picking up the pieces and, plowing through the turmoil, despite the uncertainty, despite things falling apart or breaking apart, or you feeling like, you're coming undone. If you remain where you're still standing, there will become a point where the worst of it, however you see it to be, will be behind you. It will be a thing of the past at some point, okay? Either way, wherever you are with this, you are being divinely guided. So you are being supported. You are not doomed, okay? So allow yourself to be guided. Trust in your intuition, okay? If your compass isn't off, and allow yourself to be guided and follow your instincts, okay? Sometimes the struggle is so great that you don't see the progress. And because the progress isn't in what you're trying to do, the progress is in you making the effort and needing to be able to see that no matter what's coming at you, your testimony is that you are still here. You're still standing. And sometimes we lose sight of that. And I want to bring that back to your mind about it, to be mindful that no matter what you are experiencing, no matter how much you've gone through or you're going through, you are still standing. You're still standing. Yeah. And you got to keep on pressing on, okay? Got to keep on pushing on. Got to keep on pushing on. So let's see what some guidance is that's coming in for you about your money and finances, because there's a point that this is going to turn around. And you know what? You may be towards the end, or wherever you're at in this. Maybe you're in the beginning. I don't know. But nobody wants to go through, the tough breaks. But you know what? It's different strokes. Okay? Different stroke. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody's got a way to shine. It's no matter what you got, even not a lot. So what? You got yours, they got theirs, and I got mine. And together we'll be fine. It takes different strokes to rule the world, or move the world. Yes, it does. So maybe you need to take some different strokes and allow yourself to be assisted and allow yourself to receive help from others. Maybe your pride is too great and that's making you come undone, or you've been able to let go of your pride and realize that you need to take this move in a new direction, and you do, so that you can put the pieces back together. Either way, you gotta rebuild, recover, or you will, or you're doing it. What are the messages for Pisces? Spirit, messages for Pisces, please, for money and finances for the month of August 2020. What are the messages for Pisces? You may have been experiencing a dispute in a conflict with money and finances. You may have been having trouble making decisions. You might have been keep changing your mind, having trouble making your mind up, or dealing with this coming from others, or a situation in particular where there's some sort of conflict, or someone has the upper hand, or you're having a hard time getting the upper hand here, but there's some sort of instability with your plans, or maybe with some communication, or with some information that is pending or needed, or with some results that's still in the hanging in the bounds that's needed, or the results come through and it's not like you want to discuss or have told to you. But the fives talk about you dealing with hard choices. You could be fighting with yourself or with others. This is struggles that are happening both in your mind and in your actual circumstances, as it has to do with loss and conflict and challenges around money. And so that's not any easy shit to deal with, because, especially with money, dealing with any loss or crisis, not everybody hold up well under pressure, or sometimes you have to build your pressure. Sometimes you got to be careful when you do that you don't explode, because this is a point where sometimes there's all the difference between being rational and being irrational, to confront something or to find a way to move away from it. But these are all decisions that affect the situation one way or another, and hopefully for the better, not for the worse. And so you need to have your thoughts under control. You need to be able to deal with adversities by being able to respond and react accordingly, that allow you to experience change, or to transition the situation to a better place, or to separate yourself from it if you see a way to do that, if that is the best way to do it. But also, this is saying that there's a need for you to focus on how to stimulate the situation by way of either intervention, or what do you need to resign yourself to, confronting it or letting it go. But you want to do what is needed to change things, or to diffuse it, but you want to see improvement here with your situation. So you want to get peace of mind. You want to get peace of mind. There's a need for, your reasoning needs to be sound, or you need to talk to somebody that got it. And there's a need to perhaps have knowledge, or maybe seek it, or maybe you are seeking it and getting it is difficult, and causing you to really overly stress and overthink this. And it's not for the lack of trying. It's just that, you got to let go of lack mentality, though. You got to let go of lack mentality, even if you're experiencing difficulties. Easier said than done, but if you work towards that and spend more time trying to figure out how to get that to happen, then it would be to focus on the negative or focus on the difficulties. You would at least start to inch up in ways that you are not going to make happen if you're staying in a mindset of conflict and despair and lack. So, how do you move to improve? How do you move to improve the situation? Now, if this is not where you are, you're coming out of that and you're in a place now, you are moving in the right direction, okay? This is you finding stability with the instability, seeing some resolve with your challenges by what actions that you're taking, the plans that you're making, who you're talking to, who you're dealing with, focusing on getting stability here, seeing growth and success by you assessing the situation and making the changes or stimulating the situation, do what you need to do. Or you're able to move away from it. If not in your actual circumstances, you're moving away from it in your mind. And as long as you have control of your mind, you can manifest what you need in your world. But be prepared to do the work, because the work ain't easy. It's going to be hard. It's not always just a snap of the finger, a blink of an eye, or just an idea. You gotta hit the pavement. Okay, what is the messages for Pisces about their money and finances, please? You need to diffuse what's going on in your mind, or maybe diffuse the situation. Thank you. All right. See how to change it. Evaluate and reevaluate. Just don't overdo that shit. Okay. What you need to do to be inspired, or what do you need to realize? How do you have some motion here? How do you redirect? All right, take authority over this shit, or recognize the area that needs to have some authority over it, so you can get some understanding and see some perseverance. But more importantly, you want to have some self-preservation, okay, for yourself here. Let's see what's going on for you, Pisces. Oh, okay. It looks like, Pisces, this is you coming out of a fragmented time or a lack of direction for some of you. And some of you are coming out of it and going back into it. I don't know. Or you're heading towards that. Let's see. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So at the bottom, you do have the Hermit, okay? With the Hermit here, you could be fucking with a Virgo. I don't mean fucking them, but I do mean fucking with them, like, as it has to do with your money. Excuse all that I just said, but that's what came through. Oh, well. But with the Hermit energy, you're seeking answers. You're searching for something. You might be waiting for some news. You might be feeling alone in this. You're deliberating over something as it has to do with money. You're evaluating and reevaluating as it has to do with money. You also could be experiencing here with this Hermit energy where you are living a minimalist lifestyle. It's possible that, you know, money might not have been a priority at one point, or you're trying to get to a place where money, being worried about money doesn't have to be a high on priority for you. You may be working on a project, or you conducting research, but this is you wanting answers, wanting solutions here. With this Hermit energy, you do have the King of Swords here, so for some of you, you may be getting professional advice, or you may be dealing with someone in authority, or this could be you where you're trying to calculate things, or there's a need to calculate things, and there's a need to detach from your emotions, and for you to have a clear head and get control of your thoughts so that you can plan, that you can strategize, that you can be responsible and confident, that you can operate from a space of influence, wisdom, power, and tact, but also from a space of knowledge where you need to get some. Because the King of Swords is also an effective communicator. You may be able to, or there may be a need to come up with an unconventional way to do something as it has to do with money. But this is you needing to take the time to make some very important, maybe even, well, definitely major decisions here with the King of Swords, or get some advice for that shit. Okay? So that you can have clear-cut communication. Maybe you're waiting for clear-cut communication from someone in authority or professional with this King of Swords, but you want to see something get taken care of and get done with the plan, or with the communication, or with the transmission or transaction here. And you want to be effective to that regard with the King energy here. But kings are controlling energy. They're the master of their suit. This is perhaps you saying what you can do to have some intervention here, or this is definitely about figuring out what direction to take. What direction to take. That's what the King of Swords focuses on, is coming up with the verdict. Here's what it is and what it's going to be, and here's the direction we're going in. Okay? How do you take authority here and do it cleverly, and make sure that you're calculating this properly, that you are planning this out, perhaps getting, you know, consultation with this, but be careful of how you're calculating things. Don't get carried away. Make sure that you have the knowledge and the understanding needed here, so that the plan fits the need, whatever has to happen here with the money. Okay? Now, there may be something you need to recognize here, or something is coming into your awareness that you're having to deal with, or that's causing some issue for you. But your energy and attitude about your money and finances, Pisces, is you do have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? So the way you see your money and finances here with the Knight of Pentacles is you might be looking at needing to receive some help or deciding whether or not you're going to be of help, but you're seeing that it's going to take a lot of hard work here and that there's a need for you to be conservative, to conserve your money, to do things on a low risk. You may be interested in looking for a short-term work project, side work, doing extra hours. This is you being low risk about what you invest in or how you spend your money with the Knight of Pentacles energy, but this is slow and steady wins the race. Now, you could be feeling stubborn with the Knight of Pentacles. You could be feeling stuck because, you do have the Hermit as the overall energy here. So you could be doing some soul searching, trying to figure this shit out, sort this thing out, trying to get a clue, doing some analytical thought here, trying to know what's correct and sensible about this. But the Knight of Pentacles here, my question to you is, are you being stubborn here? I hope not, but the Knight of Pentacles is also saying this, that you're being very focused right now. You're being very focused. You're trying to be very responsible if there's a need to be. You got goals that you want to reach and complete. You're trying to come up with a strategy, or you have one. You believe that your plan is effective, or your system or method on doing things is effective, or you are determined to come up with one. But this is you very determined about what needs to happen with your money and finances in terms of solution, or with what you are pushing for, or what you are still moving towards, or what you want to get towards or get to here. You want something done. You want to get shit done, or you're getting it done, right? So you want to be on solid footing, because the Knight of Pentacles, though very slow, you may even feel like your money situation could feel a little stuck, or things are not moving fast enough either. But this is about you remaining responsible and dedicated to what needs to happen with your money and finances, and make sure that you're being logical and coming up with a system that's going to fit what needs to happen here, so that you can see the solution and the answer that you are intending to get to, or that you want to arrive to in some way that you may not be aware of how to do or get to now. Now, you do have coming into is the sun. Okay, now first off, let me just say this: the sun is good to have in a reading, no matter where or what kind of reading you're doing, because with the sun, this is talking about that the universe is pumping positive energy into your circumstances to improve it. So you are being supported here by the universe. Now, the sun is also saying that this is perhaps you focusing on positive outcomes. So perhaps you are experiencing a positive outcome with money or an investment, or things are doing very well. This may be the case. Savings could be on the rise. You may be seeing abundance here. Now, if this is not what you're experiencing, this is you still feeling positive about your money and finances, even if struggling, because you believe and trust that progress is going to be made with the sun. Now, the sun is also saying something could come to light, or the sun is also saying you could be breaking free from something. The sun is also saying that you could be being in your ego here, all right? Or someone could be being in their ego with you. You could also be dealing with a Leo with the sun energy. But the sun, I do feel that you do have a lot of positive shit happening here, or about to happen here, or you're going to make sure that positive shit happens here with your money and finances with the sun. On the sun, you do have the Ten of Cups. So there's some fulfillment here, or the best that things can be with money is happening. But also there's a focus on family, perhaps with money, or family is of help and support, or you're being of help and support. This is a group thing with the Ten of Cups, but this is you being comfortable and happy and doing well enough that you can take care of family, or that you have family as a support to help see you through if you are going through some adversities, or you just experiencing a positive or experiencing improvement with money, because that's what this is coming down to. The sun is you experiencing some improvement with money. Your money situation has improved, perhaps by the help of family, but you are seeing things be the best they can possibly be. Nice. Now also it's possible something comes to light where you have to deal with something that's family related and money is involved. But illumination is here for you and you will get it. Now, you have the King of Pentacles. I'm liking the King of Pentacles because King of Pentacles, first of all, is the master of his suit. The King of Pentacles is very grounded and practical, and very mindful, is a problem solver. This is someone who's very dedicated and focused, pays attention to the details. This is the king can take all the elements and successfully create what he or she is building. And so this King of Pentacles, if this is you, you may be experiencing signs of wealth right now due to the knowledge and information that you have gained or you are applying to your financial situation. Perhaps you're dealing with someone who's the King of Pentacles energy that is providing this for you in this way, that's allowing for support or help that you are experiencing signs of wealth or gain. Now, this may be you also seeing signs of wealth through you taking a risk or getting consultation, or the way that you go about managing your money and finances to make sure you have stability and security. But the King of Pentacles is saying you're experiencing some stability and security here, okay? But you want to be careful. Don't get carried away, because I feel like things are good. And if you're still struggling, this is you managing despite the struggle and still keeping a positive outlook with this King of Pentacles energy, okay? Now, you want to make sure that you keep a level head and make sure that whatever you're doing that is worth it, and that there's a standard here that's going to allow for some success, or for your situation to be uplifted or elevated. Be careful about, how you judge things, or what you compromise or shouldn't compromise with. The King of Pentacles, you can have the Midas touch here, all right, and be able to manipulate the elements or call to your use the elements that are around you to successfully create what you need for in terms of money here. Because the kings, the kings are those that have authority, that recognize things, that have knowledge and influence, wisdom and power and tact, right? The king energy is an energy where they have control, and they're able to control, they're able to restrain, they're able to intervene, they're able to come to the right verdict, they're able to direct or get that direction that they need. Perhaps the King of Pentacles is just simply you coming to the direction that you need here after you get some sort of illumination or clarity or support from family, or you find the fulfillment in the situation needed where the direction for you feels certain to move towards or move in that path for. But this nonetheless is you experiencing some stability, some security. Could be even experiencing some wealth, but this is you managing your money and finances situation, whether you're doing well or you're working on things until things improve, or that things you're seeing some improvements, but it still requires a lot of managing, and you're successfully doing that the things are still working out to be the best they possibly can be, because you are being determined here and focused, and you're not giving up, okay? You're being resilient about your money and finances. Now, the King of Pentacles could be someone that's helping you with money or helping you in this way for you to get where you need to be so that you can keep it together or put the pieces back together here. But you do have the moon, so you could be dealing with a Cancer individual. I'm going to even say Pisces, that's what I'm hearing too, or both. The moon here is saying that you are perhaps experiencing a lot of intense fucking emotions about your money. You may be experiencing some fears, some doubts, some insecurities, some uncertainties with this energy. The moon is also saying that you want to be very, very careful here. Make sure you have clarity about what's going on here with your money and finances situation, that you're not in the dark about things. The moon energy is also saying that follow your intuition, okay? follow your intuition about what's going on with your money and your finances. This is also saying don't make any major decisions. It's also possible that your money could be fluctuating in an extreme way. But I also feel there's some information that still needs to come in, because all is not revealed. You don't have all the information. Be careful of any hidden agenda by the hands of others, or even at your own hands. Be careful of others. Trust your instincts here. Be mindful of your fears. Let your fears guide you and not paralyze you about your money and finances situation. Okay? And be mindful that all is not what it seems. You also want to be careful about any fraud with the moon energy here that could be coming up, or that you want to keep from doing, depending on what it is that you're working on or who you're working with. Okay? Have clarity is the point. Have clarity. Okay? Now, your concern with money is the Eight of Cups. So you may be concerned with this Eight of Cups about, selling investments, or not seeing signs of improvement, or, being in a job that's not appropriate for you. You could be concerned about experiencing burnout or being underappreciated. Okay? You could be experiencing concern of whether or not you're going to move on from this, or find yourself returning to some bullshit about money. You are concerned about whether or not you're going to be unfulfilled with what's happening here, or if you can move on from any unfulfillment that's happening, or that you may be experiencing, or avoid unfulfillment with your money and finances here. Now, your challenge is the star, so you could be having some difficulties with an Aquarius. Okay? But with the star as a challenge, this is you having the challenge of making sure, or having everything that you need, getting the healing that you want to have, or keeping the healing that you may be achieving. You may be concerned about being able to continue to be stable or manage and maintain here. The star energy is also saying that, you may be having the challenge of remaining positive, or trying to be more positive about your situation. Or there may be the challenge of how to, make sure your financial situation does better. How can you do better towards it? How can you have success with what you're working with? Will you get recognition with what you were trying to accomplish? Will you have success? You may be having challenges with self-confidence. You could be experiencing challenges with sharing success here, though I don't see any Three of Cups. But we do have the Family card. Or you may be experiencing challenges of how do you get fulfillment about your money and finances here, to make things the best that they can possibly be for your money situation to happen here. Or you may be concerned about the coaching that you get, or that you need, or you don't feel that you're receiving that's benefiting you. Or if you're going to be able to find a mentor here, or be able to, lean on your community, on your support system of people that, can come in and come together and get behind you to help bring harmony to your situation. You may be having the challenge of how do you get wish fulfillment here. But your likely outcome is you have 2 fours. You have the Four of Pentacles and you have the Four of Cups. Okay? Now, earth and water go together. They work together, right? In harmony. So with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like this is you focusing on your stability, focusing on your self-preservation, focusing on maintaining, focusing on your security here, focusing on what approach you need to stick with, or how you might need to change your approach. This is you focusing on structuring your money, using caution. You might be a little bored about what's going on, or you may be focusing on how to seize opportunities, or be more aware about what opportunities are worth pursuing, or what you might need to reject. This is you focusing on groundedness and having some balancing with your money situation, balancing your security against the risk. This is perhaps you playing it safe, with, your situation. Perhaps you're doing something unconventional and going against conformity here. But the Four of Pentacles is you focusing on your own self-preservation, where you may feel stuck, or you just want to make sure you don't become stuck, or you're trying to figure out how to get unstuck here. This is you trying to have power in your situation. And with this Four of Cups, the Four of Cups with the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups is saying that you are avoiding any new opportunities, and that you're focusing on your own personal goals before making any other financial commitments, okay? But it also means that whatever you're doing to be stable, to be secure, to maintain, or to persevere with work or work goals, or what your creativity, there may be an air of boredom around this. But also you want to be mindful not to be lazy, because this person is just kind of looking off into the distance. So make sure you're getting up off your ass despite the disappointment and dissatisfaction that you may be experiencing with your money and finances, because it's like you're dealing with a lot of bullshit, because you see them bulls here in the Four of Pentacles, and you still got to figure out how to steer this thing and figure out how to get power in this, or keep power in this. But I do see that, let's pull one more card as an overall. You have the Page of Swords, so some news could come in about your money and finances. The overall, this is you focusing on protecting your fucking money. Be careful of anybody spying about your money and finances. The Page of Swords is also saying that this is you focusing on playing it smart, okay? Trying to understand and get information and get knowledge here. You may be experiencing a rude awakening, where what's dawning on you about your money and finances situation is that you've seen the truth of it, however harsh it is to accept or cope or deal with, but that you're going back to the drawing board, perhaps trying to come up with a new plan, a new strategy. But this is you focusing on protecting your money, okay? I do see you persevering despite becoming stuck. I do see you being a little dissatisfied, but that you're still going to focus on making sure you take care of you and do what's best for you first, and focus on your own personal goals before you do anything else in any other direction, money-wise, of yours concerning other people or obligations. You're making sure that you maintain and that you are secure. So let's take a look at what some guidance is for you, Pisces. This is you focusing on coming with a direction, and part of your direction is you are focused on self, nobody else, because that may well be what's needed. That's what it looks like this minute. You got to focus on what you got to have and what you need for yourself, so that you can persevere and have self-preservation while you are managing your money and finances situation. While you are focused on your stability, while you are, doing what you can, but there's some sort of blind spot that I feel is happening, or you just are suddenly, if you're not experiencing challenges with money, this at some point you experience a great deal of fear, or something you feel in the dark about that you're not sure about. So you want to get some certainty, okay, with this before you move forward. All right, get clarity. You may need to take a step back and withdraw, or you may need to get some experienced counsel, okay? And make sure that whatever you're doing, you're not inexperienced, okay? Don't slow yourself down, okay? Don't impede your own progress, okay? But whatever you're doing, just know that Knight of Pentacles energy being you, it's going to take time. It's going to take time for you to come out of this, or to keep out of this, or to go where you're trying to go, or to be where you're at. It's going to take time. What is the guidance here for Pisces, please? I feel like you're not impressed, but guess what? Then impress yourself about your money situation, even if you're not impressed with what's going on or what you're hearing here. This is just to give you a heads up And you can change this energy. You transmute this energy. The energy is still coming through, but there's other aspects to the energies here, or to these cards. Where you are managing here or experiencing stability, you want to make sure you don't fucking overdo it either, right? Don't get carried away with the shit, right? While you're seeing signs of wealth, don't go taking risk and shit that, are too risky to take. Okay, if you haven't do your homework, or you feel like you got enough money that you can just throw it around a bit, okay? Sometimes money don't come back. Okay, sometimes money don't come back, Jack. All right, so you want to be stable. You want to be grounded and practical. You don't have to be real practical here. You got it in you to do it. You know somebody around you that can get you there. So you have power of prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. So there's the power of prayer. Pray and pray without ceasing. Pray about everything. Anything that comes to your mind that you get an inkling to pray about, don't wait to pray about it. Don't wait to get to the prayer closet. Pray where you're at. Okay? All right? Your divine support system can hear you. Sometimes, they just can't do shit for you. You gotta be, ask them to come in and intervene. Ask them to come and support you and help you out. Sometimes you gotta ask. Right? And at the bottom, you have quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the other world. From the other world. Maybe you're in another world and you need to come up out of that shit. Or maybe the world you're in isn't realistic. I don't know. But I said other world, and that's not what's here. Maybe you want to make sure you're seeing shit clearly. You're seeing one thing and it's another. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Quiet retreat. You do have the Hermit here as your overall energy and focus. So there's a need for you to withdraw, okay? To get some quiet time to recharge your batteries, to really clear your head and really think shit through. Don't just pop off. Think things through, okay? So that what you want to have come true or be true for you, or be final for you, or be ultimate for you, is something that you can see growth, that you can experience change that allows you to feel blessed by and gives you that self-reliance, or maintains your self-reliance here, okay? You might need to just go deliberate over things and sort some shit out here with this Hermit energy. You need to contemplate. You need to get some insight. You need to have a strong sense of self. Make sure you're not deceiving yourself or being deceived. Evaluate and reevaluate your goals. Are your goals realistic? Check yourself if you're paranoid. You might feel lonely, or you might feel alone. Maybe you might need to figure out who might be able to stand with you that will share the same goals. Or maybe you might need to come to the decision that this is something you need to do alone. You may be dealing with some sort of rejection here, but or you might be hard on yourself, and there's a need for you to just withdraw, recharge your batteries, and come to an answer, because the answer is within you, or the answer is within somebody else, and you might need to go find who that motherfucker is, so they can come over here and get shit done for you, handle, or help you to how you need to do it so it's done, because you got direction here and you're gonna get it. And whatever's fragmented or was coming apart or coming undone or feeling like it was about to, you can head that off by going in a different direction, right? You may need to retrace your steps, but you might need to take a step back in order to take a step forward, and that might be a pattern that may be good. Forward and then back, until finally you just go forward, right? I hope these messages help. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, Pisces. You're going to be okay either way, even if you don't like where it is. You're going to be okay. You're going to be able to manage and have some stability, or have some balance around it, even though you want more, or wherever you are in this, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Bye, Pisces.